What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Do men often suffer in silence? That is a question here today. Do men often suffer in silence? No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Okay, so I work in a kitchen filled with men, right?
For sure.
And I'm the only female chef in there.
Yeah.
So I get to observe how men communicate.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Now we unpacking.
It's interesting. And what I noticed about your build is that you have the capacity to work and suffer at the same time.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Women don't.
Okay, so when you say work and suffer, elaborate. What does that mean?
You could be physically or emotionally or mentally defeated, but
Drained.
you're still
Tired.
going to go to work, and you can still, like, you have the physical capacity to execute whatever it is that you need to do.
That's in relationships too. Yes, absolutely.
I agree.
That's in relationships. Yeah,
it's
not just work. It's
Okay.
not it's not just occupation.
I agree.
Okay.
Men suffer in silence often.
Yeah.
Because our existence is based on what we can provide to you all.
There you guys go. What do you guys think of what the woman was saying right there? Saying that she worked in a kitchen where she was the only female chef, and she noticed that other men were able to suffer in silence a lot better than probably she could when she compared herself to the men who worked with her. Let's check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment here from a woman says, that last line was horseshit, but go off, friend. And so she's talking about that last line of, we suffer in silence because we know, I think he said, our value is based in what we provide. Let me hear it one more time.
I agree.
Okay.
Men suffer in silence often.
Yeah.
Because our existence is based on what we can provide to you all.
Our existence is based off what we can provide to you all. And so this woman who says that last line is horseshit is like a lot of women out here who believe that they don't need men. And so she looks at most men, the average man, and thinks, well, what do you do for me? But what she doesn't know is the world is ran by men who she does not see. The beautiful buildings that she takes photos of on Instagram, the glass on the beautiful skyscrapers that she enjoys are placed by glazers, which are mostly men. The water at the faucet, men keep the world running. The only difference now is they do it so well that it's seamless and effortless and you don't see them doing it. Let's check out another comment here from another woman who had a different opinion and said, not to take anything away from men and what they go through, but in respect to when young lady said that as women, we don't have the capability to work and suffer at the same time. I find that to be so far from the truth. As a black woman, she says, as a single mother, we definitely possess that capability. I actually agree with her. I agree with her. Going through life and overcoming the adversities we face. Now, this is about to be a very controversial statement I'm about to make. I think I agree in the fact that, yes, there are a lot of women out here who suffer through unfortunate situations such as single mothers. But are they out here overcoming? And when you overcome, I mean, are you thriving? Not did you die, but did you thrive? And when you compare to what you'd consider a good upbringing for that child, statistical advantages he may have based on his background and his upbringing in the home, most children don't fare off too well. So you can suffer through it, but what state are you in when it's all said and done? That's the question. And by the way, I released a video. You can go check it out. With the title, I'm just going to give you guys the thumbnail title, The Fatherless Crisis Exposed. I'll have it at the end of this video so you guys can see it. But for example, if a man and a wife raise up a child, then that child has less of a chance in ending up in prison or in jail. But did you guys know that that same child, if just raised by just the father, has the same type of probability he would have staying out of jail if he had both parents. This is especially true for boys. So she goes on to say, going through life and overcoming the adversities we face, there's definitely been many times we had to work and suffer at the same time. Okay. Another comment here says, I disagree. Women have the capacity to execute while suffering as well. We literally do it every day. Again, but are you out here winning? Goes on to say the difference, and are you out here not complaining? Goes on to say the difference from what I've seen / heard is that it is more acceptable for us to complain about it. There we go. While we do it, whereas men have the superhuman standard that they have to live up to where they experience no one wanting to hear complaining from them. And so this is one of those chicks, like most of these women here, who believe that everything is a social construct and men aren't given God-given strength to be able to handle pressure more than women. She goes on to say, it's not healthy to keep things in. Again, if you were to complain and cry, if she heard, let's say, men who weren't even complaining and crying, but were talking about issues that concern men, they would call those men sassy, misogynists, and everything else under the book. She goes on to say, but they're kind of molded that way from childhood, which is one reason being their peace / sanctuary and creating a safe space for them is so important. Gents, find a good one that can help create that space for you. It's important, my humble opinion. Or at least she came humbly. Got another chick here who added to the conversation and said, I hope women don't jump her because what she's saying is facts. Men have a higher capacity to take on things and you never know that they're stressed. Women, we can take on multiple things, but you will know and can tell that we are stressed or irritated. In our wiring, we give signs of our stress. Men are not afforded the luxury. Men always having to have it together or being tough or staying composed. So men do have a higher buildup, and unlike women, aren't acknowledged for having to keep it together or told to have a self-care day, etc. Social media has made the idea sassy out of all the shit they promoting. Yes. Very true. As a man, you must be composed. You can be like a woman and freak out about every single situation, but you're going to fail out here in life. You're going to fail if you allow your emotions to take over you the way a woman allows her emotions to take over her. You're out here, and as a man, you know you're competing with other men. The men who don't know they're competing are losing, and they don't know that they're losing. Life's not a competition. Shut up. Yes, it is. You're in constant competition with yourself. You're in constant competition with other men around you. This is life. But in the end, you're really your own true competition. Could you imagine being with a chick and when she starts freaking out about something that happened, maybe the car is having trouble, you start freaking out and crying along with her? Somebody has to take that masculine role, and it should be you. We've got another comment here from another person who says, our existence is based on what we can provide to you all. He's quoting the gentleman there in the video. Somebody else here says, what I noticed was how indifferent she was when the guy says the same logic applies to relationships with the yawn emoji. Somebody else responded back to him and said, then all of a sudden she didn't understand. Somebody else here says, we literally have no other choice. What do you guys think of this topic? I thought it was worth talking about. As always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.